I am Dr. Kerry-Ann Escayg, and I work as an assistant professor of early childhood education at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. I am an anti-racist and anti-colonial scholar, and I apply such a dual lens to the field of early childhood education with the primary intent of bringing about institutional change for Black children and their families. I teach undergraduate courses such as Introduction to Early Childhood Education and Family-Centered Partnerships. At the graduate level, I teach about anti-racism education, family, school, and community partnerships, and about the social worlds of young children. A key precept of anti-racism, that is, centering the voices of the marginalized and the oppressed, both infuses and inspires my approach to all the courses I teach, to undergraduates and graduate students alike. In this video, I will share with you an overview of my teaching, research, and service. As an anti-racist scholar, activist, researcher, and educator, my teaching philosophy is rooted in a hope for social change and a passion for racial justice and equity. Thus, an anti-racism pedagogy shapes how I approach curricula, not necessarily as product nor content, but as a process in which I, as a facilitator, guide students to new understandings of themselves, their communities, and their society.
How does this connect to something we've discussed before?
My classroom is a discursive space for knowledge sharing, problem solving, and deep self-examination. As much as I encourage my students to critique, to interrogate, I also strive to foster hope. How do young children experience racism? Moreover, how can anti-racism, anti-colonial, and African-centered practices in early childhood education cultivate both racial pride and resistance, and further promote the holistic well-being of Black children of the diaspora? These are the guiding questions of my main research areas, which include anti-racism in early childhood education, children and race, qualitative research with children, racial trauma in early childhood, and Caribbean early childhood education. Apart from empirical investigations, I have published a seminal piece on anti-racism in American early childhood education, an anti-racism analysis of Canadian children's racial attitudes. I'm also the co-author of the recently released Don't Look Away, Embracing Anti-Bias Classrooms. In terms of service, I am the founder and facilitator of the diverse faculty group here at UNO. We provide teaching and research support for tenure-track and tenured faculty. The impact of my work as I see it manifests in students' abilities to self-reflect critically, to use teaching as an avenue of social change, to see the classroom as a revolutionary space, and ultimately to see children, and in particular Black, Latino, Latina, Indigenous children, ESL learners, immigrant children, children marginalized by circumstance and/or identities, as individuals with cultural knowledge, gifts, strengths, and talents, not as mere stereotypes, not problems, and definitely not as inferior. For such is the role of an anti-racist educator, facilitating an intellectual and spiritual awakening to pursue good for self and society, a journey which occurs at the crossroads of radical hope and radical resistance. Welcome to UNO. I hope that this information offers insight into my approach to teaching. I look forward to working with you in the classroom. No DO. Why? Because you belong.